Welcome to the Bible Quiz and Trivia channel. Today, we're testing your knowledge with 50 of the toughest questions covering both the Old and New Testaments, from the first days of creation to the final revelations. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video to support our content. After the quiz, share your score in the comments. We love seeing how well you do. Are you ready? Let's get started. Question 1. What is the first recorded conversation between God and Adam? A. On naming the animals. B. About not eating from the tree of knowledge. C. After Adam ate the forbidden fruit. D. When creating Eve. Answer B. About not eating from the tree of knowledge. The first recorded conversation between God and Adam involves God commanding Adam not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, as recorded in Genesis 2:16-17. This conversation sets the stage for the fundamental test of obedience that Adam and Eve faced in the Garden of Eden. Question 2. Who is the only woman whose age is mentioned in the Bible? A. Sarah. B. Ruth. C. Esther. D. Mary. Answer A. Sarah. Sarah is the only woman in the Bible whose age is explicitly mentioned. Genesis 23:1 notes that Sarah lived 127 years. These details highlight her importance in the biblical narrative, particularly in the context of the promise of Isaac's birth. Question 3. Which two people in the Bible never died, but were taken up by God? A. Moses and Elijah. B. Enoch and Moses. C. Elijah and Enoch. D. Abraham and Isaac. Answer C. Elijah and Enoch. Elijah was taken up into heaven by a whirlwind as described in 2 Kings 2:11, and Enoch was taken away by God, avoiding death, as mentioned in Genesis 5:24. Both instances are unique and signify their special favor with God. Question 4. In the book of Esther, what was Esther's original Hebrew name? A. Karen. B. Hadassah. C. Miriam. D. Deborah. Answer B. Hadassah. Esther's original Hebrew name was Hadassah, as stated in Esther 2:7. This name, meaning myrtle, is indicative of her Jewish heritage, which plays a critical role in her story and the survival of her people. Question 5. What was the sign that God gave to Noah that he would never flood the earth again? A. A comet. B. A rainbow. C. A star. D. An olive branch. Answer B. A rainbow. God's covenant with Noah included the sign of a rainbow set in the clouds as a promise that the earth would never again be destroyed by flood. This symbol of divine mercy and the covenant is mentioned in Genesis 9:13. Question 6. Which book of the Bible does not contain the word God? A. Esther. B. Ruth. C. Job. D. Song of Solomon. Answer A. Esther. The book of Esther is unique in that it does not contain the word God, yet it clearly illustrates God's providence and protection over his people through the actions and courage of Esther and Mordecai. Question 7. Who was the oldest person to father a child in the Bible? A. Noah. B. Abraham. C. Methuselah. D. Adam. Answer B. Abraham. Abraham, who fathered Isaac at the age of 100, is noted for his old age at the time of his son's birth in Genesis 21:5. This event underscores the fulfillment of God's promise and the miracle associated with it. Question 8. What was the first thing that God created, according to Genesis? A. Light. B. Animals. C. Man. D. The heavens. Answer: A. Light. Genesis 1-3 records that the first thing God created was light, saying, "Let there be light." This foundational act of creation signifies the beginning of order from chaos and the establishment of time. Question 9. Who was the first person to come out of Noah's Ark? A. Shem. B. Noah. C. Ham. D. Japheth. Answer: B. Noah. Noah was the first to exit the ark after the flood, as he was the leader and patriarch of his family and responsible for building and maintaining the ark. His stepping out symbolizes a new beginning for mankind. Question 10. Which prophet did Jesus quote the most in the New Testament? A. Isaiah. B. Jeremiah. C. Ezekiel. D. Daniel. Answer: A. Isaiah. Jesus frequently quoted the prophet Isaiah, reflecting Isaiah's significant influence on Jewish thought and messianic expectations. The Gospel of Matthew, in particular, highlights these quotations to link Jesus' teachings and actions to Isaiah's prophecies. Question 11. What was the only domestic animal not mentioned in the Bible? A. Cat. B. Dog. C. Horse. D. Cow. Answer: A. Cat. Cats are not mentioned anywhere in the Bible, which is notable given the detailed references to many other animals throughout the scriptures. Question 12. Which psalm is the exact middle of the Bible? A. Psalm 118. B. Psalm 75. C. Psalm 119. D. Psalm 104. Answer: A. Psalm 118. Psalm 118 stands at the very center of the Bible, which is symbolically significant as it represents a central theme of thanksgiving and trust in God amidst adversity. Question 13. Who was the first apostle to deny Jesus? A. Peter. B. Judas. C. John. D. Thomas. Answer: A. Peter. Peter's denial of Jesus, which occurred 3 times before the rooster crowed, is recorded in all 4 Gospels. A. Matthew 26:34-75. This event profoundly illustrates human weakness and the possibility of redemption. Question 14. What type of wood was used to build Noah's Ark? A. Oak. B. Gopher. C. Cedar. D. Pine. Answer: B. Gopher. Genesis 6:14 specifies that Noah's Ark was to be made of gopher wood, although the exact species of this wood is unknown today. This instruction highlights the detailed and specific nature of God's commands to Noah. Question 15. Who was the only apostle executed by sword? A. Paul. B. James. C. Peter. D. Andrew. Answer: B. James. James, the brother of John and one of the sons of Zebedee, was executed by sword under the orders of King Herod Agrippa, as recorded in Acts 12-2. This event marked the first apostolic martyrdom in the early Christian church. Question 16. How many dreams did Joseph interpret while in prison? A. 1. B. 2. C. 3. D. 4. Answer: B. 2. While in prison, Joseph interpreted 2 dreams, one for the Pharaoh's cupbearer and another for the baker. These interpretations are recorded in Genesis 40 to 5:22 and demonstrate Joseph's God-given ability to understand and convey God's messages through dreams. Question 17. What was the first miracle of Jesus recorded in the Gospel of John? A. Healing a blind man. B. Turning water into wine. C. Feeding the 5,000. D. Walking on water. Answer. B. Turning water into wine. The first miracle of Jesus recorded in the Gospel of John is turning water into wine at the wedding in Cana, as detailed in John 2 to 111. This miracle signifies Jesus' divine authority and sets the tone for his public ministry. Question 18. Which Old Testament prophet spoke of John the Baptist? A. Isaiah. B. Jeremiah. C. Ezekiel. D. Daniel. Answer. A. Isaiah. Isaiah prophesied about John the Baptist, referring to him as the voice of one calling in the wilderness, as cited in Isaiah 40:3. This prophecy highlights John's role in preparing the way for Jesus. Question 19. What were the names of the two pillars at the front of Solomon's temple? A. Boaz and Jachin. B. Hiram and Solomon. C. Aaron and Hur. D. Phinehas and Eleazar. Answer. A. Boaz and Jachin. The names of the two pillars at the front of Solomon's temple were Boaz and Jachin, as mentioned in 1 Kings 7:21. These pillars symbolize strength and establishment, reflecting the temple's spiritual and cultural significance. Question 20. Which gospel is written by a doctor? A. Matthew. B. Mark. C. Luke. D. John. Answer. C. Luke. The Gospel of Luke is traditionally believed to have been written by Luke, who was a physician. His detailed style of writing and attention to the ailments of individuals highlight his medical background. Question 21. What is the shortest verse in the Bible? A. Jesus wept. B. God is love. C. Pray without ceasing. D. Do not sin. Answer. A. Jesus wept. The shortest verse in the Bible is Jesus wept, found in John 11:35. This verse is significant for showing Jesus' humanity and his compassion for Mary, Martha, and the mourning community. Question 22. Who is considered the author of the book of Revelation? A. Paul. B. John. C. Peter. D. James. Answer. B. John. The book of Revelation is traditionally attributed to John the Apostle. This apocalyptic text, filled with visions and prophecies, addresses the challenges faced by early Christians and promises future hope. Question 23. In the Psalm of Solomon, what is used symbolically to describe the beauty of the bride? A. Stars. B. Flowers. C. Jewels. D. Mountains. Answer. C. Jewels. In the Song of Solomon, the beauty of the bride is often symbolically described through comparisons to precious jewels. This poetic imagery emphasizes her value and the intense love the bridegroom holds for her. Question 24. Who replaced Judas Iscariot as the 12th apostle? A. Matthias. B. Barnabas. C. Silas. D. Stephen. Answer. A. Matthias. Matthias was chosen to replace Judas Iscariot as the 12th apostle, as recorded in Acts 1:26. This decision was made by casting lots among the disciples, underlining the importance of maintaining the number of apostles. Question 25. What is the longest chapter in the Bible? A. Psalm 119. B. Psalm 90. C. Ezekiel 16. D. Genesis 50. Answer. A. Psalm 119. Psalm 119 is the longest chapter in the Bible, consisting of 176 verses. This psalm is structured as an acrostic poem using the Hebrew alphabet and focuses on the virtue of God's laws and commands. Question 26. What was the main language spoken by Jesus? A. Greek. B. Latin. C. Aramaic. D. Hebrew. Answer. C. Aramaic. The main language spoken by Jesus was Aramaic. This Semitic language was commonly used in Judea during the 1st century, reflecting the linguistic and cultural context of Jesus' ministry. Question 27. Who was the high priest of Jerusalem who put Jesus on trial? A. Annas. B. Caiaphas. C. Herod. D. Pilate. Answer. B. Caiaphas. Caiaphas, the high priest of Jerusalem, played a key role in the trial and subsequent crucifixion of Jesus, as described in the Gospels. His involvement was pivotal in the decision to condemn Jesus for blasphemy. Question 28. Which 2 books of the Bible are named after women? A. Ruth and Esther. B. Mary and Martha. C. Deborah and Hagar. D. Sarah and Lee. Answer. A. Ruth and Esther. Ruth and Esther are the only 2 books in the Bible named after women. Both books highlight the significant roles that these women played in their respective narratives. Question 29. What was the name of Moses' wife? A. Zipporah. B. Miriam. C. Bathsheba. D. Deborah. Answer. A. Zipporah. Moses' wife was named Zipporah, as mentioned in Exodus 2:21. She was the daughter of Jethro, the priest of Midian, and played a supportive role in Moses' life, especially during his early years as a fugitive. Question 30. Who was the only person in the New Testament said to be full of both faith and the Holy Spirit? A. Stephen. B. Paul. C. Peter. D. John. Answer. A. Stephen. Stephen is described in Acts 6-5 as being full of faith and the Holy Spirit. His strong faith and spiritual depth were evident in his powerful preaching and his martyrdom, which marks him as a pivotal figure in the early Christian church. Question 31. How many people were saved on Noah's Ark? A. 6. B. 8. C. 10. D. 12. Answer. B. 8. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives were saved on the ark, making a total of 8 people. This is specifically stated in Genesis 7:13, where it lists those who entered the ark to escape the flood, symbolizing a new beginning for humanity. Question 32. What are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse symbolizing? A. Nations. B. Disasters. C. Kings. D. Conquest, war, famine, death. Answer. D. Conquest, war, famine, death. In Revelation 6, the 4 horsemen symbolize conquest, war, famine, and death. These figures represent the divine judgment and the challenges that precede the end times, emphasizing the apocalyptic themes of the book. Question 33. Who was the first murderer in the Bible? A. Cain. B. Abel. C. Lamech. D. Esau. Answer: A. Cain. Cain, the older son of Adam and Eve, committed the first murder by killing his brother Abel out of jealousy, as detailed in Genesis 4-8. This act introduces sin's severe social consequences into the world. Question 34. What is the last word in the Old Testament? A. Forever. B. Curse. C. Peace. D. Amen. Answer: B. Curse. The last word in the Old Testament is curse, ending the book of Malachi with a warning of judgment, as seen in Malachi 4-6. This sets a pivotal stage for the need of redemption that is addressed in the New Testament. Question 35. Who was the Roman governor who sentenced Jesus to be crucified? A. Herod. B. Pilate. C. Caiaphas. D. Felix. Answer: B. Pilate. Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor of Judea, ultimately sentenced Jesus to crucifixion. As recorded in Matthew 27:24-26, despite his initial hesitation, Pilate yielded to the crowd's demands, highlighting the political and social pressures of the time. Question 36. Which book of the Bible has the verse, "For I know the plans I have for you"? A. Isaiah. B. Jeremiah. C. Psalms. D. Proverbs. Answer: B. Jeremiah. Jeremiah 29:11 contains the famous verse, "For I know the plans I have for you," expressing God's promise of hope and a future for the Israelites in exile. This verse is a cornerstone of faith for many, offering reassurance of God's benevolent intentions. Question 37. Who was the king of Judea at the time of Jesus' birth? A. Augustus. B. Herod the Great. C. Tiberius. D. Herod Antipas. Answer: B. Herod the Great. Herod the Great was the king of Judea when Jesus was born, known for his ambitious building projects and his tyrannical rule. His order to kill all the boys in Bethlehem 2 years and younger is recorded in Matthew 2:16, illustrating his ruthless nature. Question 38. What was the smallest physical object Jesus used in a parable? A. A mustard seed. B. A coin. C. A piece of bread. D. A fish. Answer: A. A mustard seed. In Matthew 13:31-32, Jesus uses a mustard seed to describe the kingdom of heaven, emphasizing its small beginning and expansive growth. This parable illustrates profound truths about the nature and growth of God's kingdom from humble origins. Question 39. How many times did the Israelites march around Jericho? A. 7 times. B. 12 times. C. 13 times. D. 6 times. Answer: C. 13 times. The Israelites marched around Jericho once each day for 6 days and 7 times on the 7th day, making a total of 13 times. This strategic divine instruction is detailed in Joshua 6-3-4, leading to the miraculous fall of Jericho's walls. Question 40. Which disciple found the coin in the mouth of a fish? A. Peter. B. John. C. Matthew. D. Thomas. Answer: A. Peter. In Matthew 17:24-27, Peter found the coin in the mouth of a fish, which Jesus instructed him to use to pay the temple tax for both of them. This miracle highlights Jesus' provision and his mastery over nature. Question 41. What was the first plague of Egypt? A. Locusts. B. Darkness. C. Water turned to blood. D. Frogs. Answer: C. Water turned to blood. The first plague that God inflicted on Egypt was turning the Nile water into blood, as described in Exodus 7:20. This plague was a direct challenge to Egypt's gods and demonstrated God's power over the life-giving forces of nature. Question 42. Who are the only two angels named in the Protestant Bible? A. Michael and Gabriel. B. Raphael and Uriel. C. Gabriel and Raphael. D. Michael and Lucifer. Answer: A. Michael and Gabriel. Michael and Gabriel are the only two angels explicitly named in the Protestant Bible. Michael is often seen as a warrior angel, while Gabriel is known as a messenger, both playing significant roles in biblical narratives. Question 43. What was Paul's profession before becoming an apostle? A. Carpenter. B. Tent maker. C. Fisherman. D. Shepherd. Answer: B. Tent maker. Paul, before and during his early Christian ministry, worked as a tent maker. This profession is mentioned in Acts 18:3, highlighting his effort to support himself financially during his missionary journeys. Question 44. What did God use to create Adam? A. A word. B. Dust from the ground. C. A rib from an animal. D. Water. Answer: B. Dust from the ground. According to Genesis 2-7, God formed Adam from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. This creation method emphasizes humanity's humble origins and divine infusion of life. Question 45. What did Solomon ask God to give him in a dream at Gibeon? A. Wealth. B. A long life. C. Wisdom. D. Victory over his enemies. Answer: C. Wisdom. In 1 Kings 3-5-12, Solomon asked God for wisdom to govern his people effectively. This request pleased God, who granted him not only wisdom but also wealth and honor because of his selfless choice. Question 46. What does the name Israel mean? A. God prevails. B. Wrestles with God. C. Chosen by God. D. Land of God. Answer: B. Wrestles with God. The name Israel, given to Jacob after wrestling with an angel or God in Genesis 32:28, means he struggles with God. This name reflects the struggles and the covenantal relationship between Jacob's descendants and God. Question 47. Who was the Roman emperor at the time of Jesus' crucifixion? A. Augustus. B. Nero. C. Tiberius. D. Caligula. Answer: C. Tiberius. Tiberius was the Roman emperor during the time of Jesus' ministry and crucifixion, ruling from AD 14 to AD 37. His reign provides the historical backdrop for the New Testament events. Question 48. How many times is God mentioned in the book of Esther? A. 0. B. 1. C. 5. D. 10. Answer: A. 0. The book of Esther is unique in that it does not mention the word God at all. Despite this, the narrative is rich with themes of providence and deliverance. Question 49. What color was the cord that Rahab hung from her window? A. Blue. B. Red. C. White. D. Green. Answer: B. Red. Rahab hung the red cord from her window as a sign for the Israelite spies to ensure her family's safety, as mentioned in Joshua 2:18. This symbol became a sign of her faith and her covenant with the spies. Question 50. Who was the only female judge of Israel? A. Deborah. B. Hannah. C. Abigail. D. Miriam. Answer. A. Deborah. Deborah was a prophetess and the only female judge of Israel, leading the nation and providing guidance and leadership in a time of oppression. Her story is recorded in Judges 4-5, highlighting her wisdom, courage, and faithfulness.